Good evening,
Every
Drew.
time I open this stupid app, now Skype is telling me all about artificial intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what artificial intelligence I need with Skype.
AI's and everything these days.
It's everything, man.
Did,
You either have it or you
did you
don't.
see that, like, Logitech is trying to add an AI button to mice?
Shut up.
No, it's true.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll find the art.
Signature AI Edition M750 wireless mouse.
Yeah.
Launch Logi AI prompt builder with the press of a button. Rephrase, summarize, and create a custom-made prompt recipes with ChatGPT faster with virtually no disruption to your workflow. Fuck out of here with this. What is this? Like,
I don't. I mean, there it is. Like, I guess
I wish I could go back in time to when I know this didn't exist. Like, why?
Because
it's literally a shortcut button for ChatGPT.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be the thing you use to,
and of course,
talk to the large language model. So, yeah.
Trigger Logi AI prompt builder with a press of a button. Seamlessly integrate AI into your workflow, no matter what your skill level or familiarity with ChatGPT. Learn more. Logi AI prompt builder, your shortcut to AI fluency.
So what I'm because I use a Logitech mouse, and therefore I have the Logi Options Plus app, and I'm a little afraid that they're going to start trying to force the AI. In fact, I just launched it, and it's like, hey, a Logi AI prompt builder is now available. So I guess I could assign a button on one of my mice to launch this. It wants to help me make an AI prompt. Sure does.
Okay. Before I get into this next part, is it FAQ or FAQ? How do you say that?
I think either are acceptable. I usually say FAQ because
I do too. Do I have to pay to use Logi AI prompt builder? The version of Logi AI prompt builder is free to use. We will continue to develop new features, and there may be a paid premium version in the future.
Yeah.
Does Logitech have access to the data submitted through Logi AI prompt builder? No, Logitech does not access or store the data you import with your ChatGPT queries. We don't share anything with OpenAI, nor does OpenAI share any personal data with Logitech. Let's see here. Is it available globally? English only. Does it work only with ChatGPT? We plan to add compatibility with other AI tools in the future. Do I need to pay for ChatGPT?
Okay, hold on. All right.
Okay, so you also basically you need to have a ChatGPT account.
I'm trying to launch this right now.
Oh no, please don't. No, Paul, no. Our listeners don't need.
But what I want to ask is why the hell do I need an AI prompt builder?
Father, why do I exist?
My mouse. Submit. Oh, I just asked it to rephrase the following text. No, answer my question.
But like, did we need a shortcut button for this? Like, because that's what it is, right?
Hey there. Well, the AI prompt builder in the mouse is actually pretty handy. It helps streamline the process of generating ideas or content by providing prompts or suggestions right at your fingertips. Plus, it's like having a creative assistant. I can't go on. Okay, yeah, I gotta turn that. I gotta turn that shit off. That's no.
Wow. And just because we're here and we're sort of bashing on AI, did you see that guy's absolutely brutal teardown of that stupid AI pin?
Yes, the humane AI pin. Yes.
Yeah.
I've read a couple articles and watched a couple of reviews. Like, yeah. But MKBHD, whatever the hell his name is, his video was called like the worst tech gadget I've ever reviewed.
Yeah, like the worst tech gadget I've ever reviewed.
Oh.
Yeah. Marquis Brownlee. Yeah. He's the same guy that like always takes down, like he took down Tesla stuff too.
Yeah.
We need to put a link to that in there. That was a stirring, a very stirring. I will say this though, I do like the fact that you can like hold your hand out and it has like the little projector in it.
Yeah.
That seemed cool.
I'll get a link of
Ugh.
that video.
Yeah, I'm linking an article that talks about it, but yeah, it's man, we live in an era where everything is just AI all the time.
It is. It
And
is.
like I worry a little bit. And I'm not like some weird AI doomer type thing, but what I worry about is there's this how do I put it? There's this expectation now that coders and professionals are just going to be able to like hit a button and get a correction for their code or figure out like what's wrong. And to some extent today, I mean, hell, I've been doing that for years with Google.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't like go research what our errors are, but the fact that we give people basically the ability to press a button and it just pull whatever the top search result was that it used when it trained it scares me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's only going to get better over time. I don't know. Yeah. Like I think it's here to stay. Like,
Oh no, it's not going
yeah.
anywhere.
I mean, I think the
It's
the way you have to think about it is, it's not going to replace anything. It's just going to be a tool that everybody uses to help create this stuff. I don't
I
know. Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
that's the case. I mean, I legitimately hope that's the use case. If it starts like, if there's like people out there thinking it's going to be fully able to replace a human in our lifetime, I don't see that. But that's just me. Okay. I have to do a correction.
Okay.
Everybody in this house washes their hands very good.
Understood. Understood. Okay.
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 I wanted to put that out there. I was trying to be funny. It
Hmm.
wasn't very funny.
Hmm.
So everybody's very good at washing their hands all the time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Drew. It's very uh hand hygiene is very important. It keeps you from getting sick. It keeps those around you from getting sick. So, yeah, I'm way to go, everybody in the Fridgewell household.
Yeah, everybody's really good at washing their hands, even my dog.
Oh.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you have a topic
Hmm.
here,
Hmm.
and like I'm sure you're gonna tell me how this happened,
Yes.
but can we do a little sidebar where we discuss the different types of connectors? Because I couldn't tell you without a Google search or my AI assistant in my mouse what a micro USB connector
Okay,
is.
so micro USB is the small one. It's smaller than mini. Uh it's the little trapezoid, not the big trapezoid. It's a little skinny one. The little skinny boy. Uh
The little skinny boy.
yeah, yeah, micro USB. It's hold on, let me get an image.
Because like
Yeah.
there's like the tiny fat USB.
It's the
Are
one.
you just talking about like the generic USB connectors that come with every device that isn't USB-C?
Yeah, it's that one. It's the little one. It's like
It's a little
it's the
one.
one that's on like digital cameras and shit. And
Okay.
yeah,
Because like
yeah, micro,
because there's also like the
micro.
USB-B.
That's
You know what I'm talking about?
USB-B is the square one. It's the square one.
It's well, okay, wait, that's the square one,
Uh-huh.
but there's also a smaller one.
There's mini and micro. Mini is like a fat
Mini.
trapezoid,
Oh, wait a minute.
and
USB mini.
micro
Maybe
is the smaller version of
yes.
that. Yeah.
Mini is the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
My God. Too many USBs.
Hmm.
Anyway, okay.
Okay.
So you achieved an important milestone.
I did. Up until today, in fact, I had one device in my life that required charging. I guess that's the important thing. Like something I had to plug in to charge frequently. Uh,
Mhm.
I had one device in my life that was micro USB, and that was my Amazon Kindle. I like e-ink displays for reading. Uh, that's how I read. I don't like books. Books are gross. Why would I read a book?
Yeah.
Uh,
Unfortunately,
has annoyed me how like up to this point I had the Kindle Oasis, which isn't like their biggest one. They have like a scribe for taking notes, but like the Kindle Oasis was kind of like their premium model. It was a
Okay.
little bit bigger, had a little nicer display. Had buttons for page turning, which I think is a requirement for a e-reader. I don't like having
Hmm.
to touch the screen. Uh, and it was nice, good backlit, nice display, but it was micro USB, and it was just annoying me. Uh, I have been waiting for Amazon to come out with an update to the Kindle with a USB-C plug, because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
True.
Easily would have gotten my money. But they took too damn long, and I have like this little charging station kind of in my office where I bring things, I charge my iPad and my PlayStation Portal and my Steam Deck. I have, all these things. And I had one cable there that was a micro USB cable just for my Kindle. And you don't have to charge a Kindle very often. So most of the time that cable was just there
Yeah,
annoying me. It
holds its charge very
was just
well.
annoying me. So I broke down. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I would like Kindle to sell me something that was a little nicer. In the time since I bought my Oasis, they've come out with higher like resolution e-ink screens. Like, you know what? I'm done. I want to get an e-reader that has a high resolution screen, USB-C, and page turn buttons. Uh, if you look into anything about e-readers, there's pretty much only two games in town. There is Amazon and Kobo. And
Kobo.
I bought myself a Kobo Sage, and there is a link coming in hot.
Ooh. Oh, so you
Mhm.
don't have a Kindle
I don't.
anymore?
Well, technically, I still do, but I've switched from Kindle to Kobo. As of today.
Interesting.
Uh, Kobo, they have their own. They have their own bookstore. So like buying books isn't a problem there. If you want to be creative, there are ways to download your Kindle files and DDRM them and copy them over, but meh, that seems like a lot of work. uh Also, like,
Okay.
except for the book I was actively reading, I've read all the books on my Kindle, so I don't really need to read them again. uh yeah, so this came today, and it is delightful. You have a question, Drew? I feel it.
I have a lot of
Okay,
questions, but
okay,
go
okay.
ahead.
No, you
Continue.
go ahead. Ask your questions.
Um, I'll start with the big
Uh
one.
huh.
You're telling me that if I were to buy one of these,
Mm-hmm.
I have a Kindle. I haven't touched my Kindle in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I bought this,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't put my Amazon
No,
books
no,
on
no.
this.
All Amazon. Well, okay, you can, but you have all of Amazon books have DRM.
Right. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying like today,
Mm-hmm.
like if I were to go to Beesbo's place
Mm-hmm.
and buy a book,
Mm-hmm.
I could like press a button and like have it delivered to my Kindle.
Yes.
I can't do that with this.
Well, they have their own bookstore.
That's not what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
you can.
I say I can't do that on
you
Amazon.
can't buy that. You can't buy it from Amazon. No, you have to buy it from
Oof.
from.
Oof.
Mhm.
That seems very anti-competitive.
Well, I mean, you can't buy Kobo stuff and put on the Amazon either. Like, Amazon's books are only for Amazon readers. Like, that's like they DRM them only for their stuff. Like, it's
Oof.
if Amazon sold their stuff and it wasn't DRM'd, you could get that file and copy it on there, but that's not the case.
But you're saying there are like back alley ways to get the
Yes.
books that fall off the truck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that was the big question I had.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you continue describing this thing to me.
Uh
Because I'm reading through the page that you linked,
Uh-huh.
and I have more. I have more questions.
Okay. Uh like, it is a very, very, very nice display. The pixels are so ridiculously small, you can't even, it's unbelievable how small they are. uh the Kindle Oasis that was coming from had like this weird asymmetrical aluminum back, where like the edge towards the buttons was thicker. uh it was fine to hold, but the Kobo has this really nice kind of like plastic back with this texture, and I'm actually already finding it much easier to hold. Uh, it does weigh a little bit more than my Oasis, but it's also a little bit bigger than the Oasis, which is something I also wanted. I wanted to be able to have more words on the screen, so I wasn't constantly hitting the page turn button, because I also am old and I like my font a little bigger than comes out of the box. So more words on the page is always good.
I get it.
And it's just absolutely delightful. And it charges with USB-C. I got it in my hand right now, and I have a USB-C cable plugged into it, and it's charging it. In fact, actually, it's already charged because it doesn't have much battery. These things don't need a lot of battery because they only have to work the backlight and for updating the page. But it's absolutely delightful. I had quite a lot of books on Amazon Kindle, but I usually don't read books. I buy a book, I read it, I'm done with it. Except I'm literally rereading a book right now, but that's the exception that proves the rule. So switching stores really didn't bother me that much. And in a pinch, I know that I could, download the file and remove the DRM and copy it over there. Oh, and that was a nice thing with the Kobo. You can put your own fonts on it. And I'm a font nerd. So I've already grabbed some fonts and put some extra fonts on there. And it's good. I also got the Kobo, what is it? They call it the Kobo Stage Sleep cover. It's a cover that goes around it that turns off the screen when you close the lid. It's it's a
it looks that was gonna be my next question. What is this origami folding cover?
That's the one thing I'm not sure I like about it. So the front cover has this weird thing where there's a bunch of folds in it, and what the intention of that is, there's magnets in this sucker, so you can kind of squeeze it together, and then it forms a little stand that you can prop it up with. The intention of this stand is if you wanted to prop up, you can read this Kobo in two orientations, portrait or landscape. So you could prop it on the stand, and the stand you can turn the cover into a stand and read the Kobo in landscape mode without having to hold it. But I think what they're trying to do is giving you a little platform for audiobooks. You can connect a pair of Bluetooth headphones for this. Of course, Kobo will sell you an audio version of all the books they sell, and then you can kind of prop the sucker up and listen to your audiobook. I don't know.
Really, it doesn't work as well in practice?
I don't know. I don't listen to audiobooks. I like reading. If I'm going to listen to audio, I listen to a podcast. I really don't. I mean, it does absolutely work. If I wanted to prop this thing up on my desk and in portrait, but my primary use case for this is reading in bed. So I'm not going to be propping it up too much, because unless I'm propping it up on my chest. I mean, the stand works if you wanted to have a stand for this thing. And I do like having the cover, because if I ever want to throw it in my bag or, luggage or something, now I have something to keep the screen protected. I have no regrets. I just don't know whether it's something I'm going to keep on all the time. Yeah, it's fine.
Now, next question. I'm looking at some pictures here, and they have very helpful, high resolution views of the thing. Is the back of it rubber or plastic?
It feels plastic,
because it looks like it has a weird texture.
It does have a weird texture. It's kind of like a pore. I think it is. Well, here.
Okay,
that sounds plastic.
That definitely sounds like plastic.
Sounds like plastic, but the texture gives it some grip, so it actually makes it really pleasant to hold. I always found the Oasis a little slippery because the back was aluminum, but this doesn't have that problem because it is plastic, and it is a nice grippy plastic. Actually, the build quality for being made out of plastic is actually really nice. It feels premium.
So $270.
Yes. Yep. Which is fine. The Kindle Oasis, what does that sucker cost? The Kindle Oasis is currently unavailable. Oh wait, no, that's how much was the Kindle Oasis? Wait, hold on.
Ask your mouse.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. Mhm. Why won't it tell me the price?
It's embarrassed. It knows you cheated on it.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently they're not even selling the Kindle Oasis right now, so I can't tell you how much it costs.
Well then,
But
okay, so was there a replacement for that?
not yet, no. No, they have what did they call it? The Scribe, which is a big, like almost iPad sized one that is designed for
Yeah.
note taking, and I didn't
All right,
need
so
that.
there's Kindle.
Mhm,
Okay, so there's Kindle, Kindle Paperwhite,
mhm.
Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, Kindle Scribe, Kindle Kids, and Kindle Paperwhite Kids.
Yes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Kindle, Kindle Paperwhite, Kindle. Okay, so the Scribe, we said, wow,
Oh,
10 whole inches.
when I bought my Kindle Oasis new in 2018, it cost $269.
Okay.
So I'm sure it costs more today because of
I wonder why
inflation.
they got rid of the Scribe then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep,
So okay. So $270.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
Mhm.
it. So as you're talking here, kind of scrolling down this page,
Mhm.
Kobo looks like they have a little bit of a series going on here. So the
Mhm.
Sage looks like it's their flagship,
Yes.
but they also have a Libra Color.
Yeah, that's new. It's a color e-ink display, and the Libra is a little bit
which
smaller than the Sage.
is interesting.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I guess if you were taking notes or something, whatever. But I did think about getting the Libra, but there was a couple reasons why I didn't. One, the Sage is a little bit bigger, and I did want a bigger device. And it's kind of hard to tell, but the display isn't flush on the Libras. It's kind of reset. So
Oh, I see that.
yeah. Where the Sage, the display is like as close they can get to the glass as they can, kind of like that laminate thing that Apple does with all their stuff. And I just think that looks
Yeah.
better. So
Yeah.
that's what. And I think the Libra color's technically not out yet. You can pre-order it, and I was
Oh.
just I wanted to throw my micro USB cable in the garbage as soon as possible. So and I
And
have no idea. Like, I'm not going to use it for color. I'm never going to use it for, like, I'm never going to get the stylus and write notes on it because
that's what I was going to ask you next. So
no.
this is an e-ink display that must have some capacitance.
Yeah, a lot of Kobo stuff does because they have that stylus that works with it. So yeah,
So you could use it as a note-taking platform.
yeah, you can annotate PDFs, you can annotate books, you can take notes. It's got like notebooks and sketch tools in it, so you can just like, take some notes or whatever. Somebody must really like that.
You have no desire.
No.
Huh?
So a very interesting thing about this company, the company is called like Rakuten Kobo. These devices are very big in Japan for manga. Manga. That's it. Manga. Thank you. Manga.
You're welcome.
Manga. And apparently the Kobo bookstore has an absolute shit ton of it on there. So
I'm more of a hentai guy.
Okay, yeah.
Is there?
I bet you there's some of that you can find, but yeah.
So how do I get to their back? Okay, back to bookstore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, audiobooks, Kobo Plus, ebooks. Let's see here. Comics, graphic novels, and manga.
Yep.
Manga.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
Chainsaw Man. Okay.
Yep.
Spy Family. Cool. Spy by Family. Witcher. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they offer a subscription option?
They do have, what do they call it? Kobo Plus, which is kind of like Kindle Unlimited, or you get some books for free as part of the subscription.
Ooh, erotica.
There you go.
Schoolgirls 4.
See, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here for this. Yeah. Wow, some of these are real. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a subcategory right there. Yeah. Look at those bestsellers.
Cruiser.
That's certainly a thing.
Cross Country Cruiser 1, part 1 of 3. part one of a 3-part erotic male fantasy following a pair of eager and versatile young guys traveling by motorhome in the company of an ultra masculine bounty hunter. That's 99 cents.
Yeah.
Can I send you this? Would you read this for the show?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No,
Right.
There's no way.
Versatile. That must mean they're tops or bottoms.
I'm guessing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What else we got here? Okay, there's a lot of I'm sorry. I have to put this link. This doesn't need to go in show notes, but I need to show you this art.
Okay.
You need to look at the art of this.
Okay, I'm going. Oh wow, that's
wow.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. So I didn't know you could make book covers in Unity. Here we are.
Oh, it's only 2.8 out of 5 stars. So apparently it's.
Oh, are there reviews?
I would love to translate. I would love. There's no written reviews.
Oh,
I would love to translate this. Hold on.
Okay, synopsis. It's definitely not written in English.
I just want to translate the title into English. No, not Spanish. As much as thank you for English. Stefan's Choice is the title.
Stefan's Choice. Okay. Give me the synopsis. Please.
Hold on.
I have to know about Stefan's Choice.
Hold on. Okay. Let me grab this real quick here. Okay. Going back to Google Translate.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's clear that out. Boom.
I love days when we don't have anything in the show notes, and this is where we end up.
There we go. There are many choices in a person's life, and there are always shadows under the sun. Whether you can resist the temptation of darkness determines whether you become a demon. There's a beautiful but strict stepmother, of course there is, in the family. She has a good figure but a bad temper, which makes her stepson suffer a lot. Suddenly one day, the stepson unexpectedly gained some kind of choice to take charge of their relationship. The conservatively dressed stepmother couldn't help but put on a short skirt, stockings, and high heels, exuding a rare sexy charm, ellipsis.
Ellipsis.
So there you go. It's
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, Cross Country Cruiser 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into, if you're into that kind of stuff, apparently the Kobo's the device for you. So
yeah, you can fucking get it, guys. Woof. Okay, back to the Kobo. Now that we haven't completely gone off the rails here. So how do you hold this?
So my typical, I usually use one hand. Though I hold it with the buttons on the right side because I hold it with my right hand. Okay. And I rest it with my, I prefer the top button to be the page next button because that's generally where I rest my thumb. And then I just kind of hold it and push the button to read and to go to the next page, and it's great. So kind of just like fingers, just kind of like flat on the back with the thumb on top, kind of pinching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you tried it in landscape mode?
It turned to landscape mode once. I was like, ooh, I do not like that. And then I turned that off.
Okay. So it has some kind of gyroscope in it.
It does. Yeah. And if I rotate it so the buttons are on the left side, it will automatically flip as well. And that's fine. I just don't want it to be landscape. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can try it again.
No, don't suffer.
No.
So then the last question I have is, if it supports custom fonts and you have identified as a font nerd, what font you using?
So what I am using right now is, let me get a link to it here.
And I'm going to judge you based on what you link me.
Okay, absolutely. I am using a font called Atkinson Hyperlegible.
Atkinson Hyper
Mm-hmm.
Legible
Mm-hmm. Yes.
from the Braille Institute.
Yes. Yes.
Atkinson
Mm-hmm.
Hyperlegible font is named after Braille Institute founder J. Robert Atkinson. What makes it different from traditional typography design is that it focuses on letterform distinction to increase character recognition, ultimately improving readability. We are making it free for anybody to use. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So now we got some. So even if you're nearsighted, it's very easy to tell, or I guess that's farsighted. Nearsighted? Farsighted.
Yes. Yeah.
If the letters are blurry, they're a little more easier to read.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's a good looking font,
Yeah,
actually. I can't really find fault with
Yeah,
this.
so far I am liking it. I've also I mean, I only had it a day. It comes with like Avenir Next on it, which is also one of my favorite fonts.
Mhm.
But I had this font kind of like, hiding in my like links for a long time. Because for some reason I collect fonts. And I'm like, you know what? Since I can do this, I'm gonna download that font and put it on there. And I read a couple chapters this afternoon with it, and it's good. I like it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's another great thing about the Kobo that you don't get on Kindle, right? You can pick fonts, you can set their weight, their size, you can control the line spacing. I like a little bit of space in between the lines, because I don't know, my eyes wander. The margins, justification, all of that stuff is settings you can control. And I just put it in portrait again, and no, thank you. That is gross. Turning
That's
that
not
off.
for
Not
you.
for me. Gonna lock that in. Well, I tried it in landscape, not for me. I'm gonna lock it in portrait. There we go. Yep.
So then what are you reading right now then?
I am rereading Dune.
Oh, okay. And you had to buy that from the Kobo store.
I did. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I was
felt
actually
like
in the middle of that on my Kindle, but I went ahead and rebought it on the Kobo store just to get that experience. Honestly, what I
need to
wanted to
read
do was I really want to read Dune Messiah, but I'm like, I should just read the first one again first, so
uh-huh.
I can get to Dune Messiah. So yeah,
Because that's
yeah,
the
and
good one.
yeah. Well, they're. I don't know. I have the opinion that every book in the Dune series is worse than the one that came before it.
Fair.
But yeah, yeah. And the Kobo bookstore is absolutely fine. It's actually nice. Like when you first try to buy a book, it's like, okay, you have to enter in credit card information. And there's no way you want to do that in an e-reader.
Right.
So here's a QR code. Scan that, put it in on a website, and we'll just refresh. Like even for like signing in, like it like took you to the web, so you're not trying to like type all that crap on an e-reader, which can get kind of annoying, which I thought was a nice little touch. Like you don't want to do this here. It knows it. So yeah, it's good. If you're looking for an e-reader but you don't like, Bezos's place, yeah, buy a Kobo. They're good. I like it. So far so good.
I just went to the bookstore and I typed in hold on a second. I see what happened here. Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Dune.
Dune. They have them all on there. Dune.
Yeah, it tried to show me the graphic novel because I think it thinks I'm horny for stuff now. I'm only getting graphic novels of Dune.
Yeah, I bought the book there.
Children of Dune, $10. Dune Messiah, $10.
Yeah.
I just want Dune.
Yeah, right there.
There's the audiobook.
Yeah, right here.
Dune, $10.
$10. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Frank Herbert. 660 pages, baby.
Yeah, great book. Great book. Well, good for you, buddy. I mean, obviously, I'm happy that you retired another bad USB specification, but I would have. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, he got rid of like a webcam or some other like headphone adapter charger, maybe the charger for your mouse. I don't know.
No, my mouse is USB-C. My webcam's USB-C now. My headphone amp is technically USB-B, but I have a USB-C to A cable. My interface for my mic is USB-C. Like, yeah, Like literally, this was the only thing left in my life that I routinely had to have a micro USB cable on hand to plug it in, and no more. No more, I say. Poo poo to you. Poo poo.
Very, very happy for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy for you. Okay. So I want to talk about
topic.
I want to talk about the Fallout TV show.
Me too.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
I loved it.
It was so good. It was so good.
And I got to tell you, man, when I first started watching it, I'm like, okay, these are the characters of the show, and they're going on a main quest. And then just like Fallout, they get off the main quest, and that's when things get really good.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
all right.
Doesn't like the ghoul even say at one point, like the law of the wasteland is you will be distracted by pointless bullshit? Yeah.
Oh man. So I had seen that this had come out. And for people who don't know what we're talking about Fallout. It is a series on Amazon it is named after and based on the video game series Fallout, which, again, Paul and I often disagree on what is a good video game, but I know that we both really like the Fallout series.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you want to talk about this? You just want to launch in with spoilers?
I mean, I think we do, because we both watched the whole thing.
Yes.
I think we should I'll just blow the spoiler horn, quote unquote. I think we get into it.
All right.
Hey nerds, there's gonna be spoilers.
So, it is confirmed for a second season. Where do you think the story's going to go?
Well, so obviously her dad is walking towards New Vegas.
Right.
At the end. Right.
Yep.
So I think, obviously, at least part of it's going to be set there. I mean, I don't know. Like,
well, I guess
it's hard to, because obviously, like, the big thing is, like, you know, like this vault was all about Vault-Tec trying to control the world,
right?
After the apocalypse.
Which, so
like,
that was the big, to me, that was the big deviation of the show, because if you've ever played the games, you know that throughout the series they have increasingly made it very clear vaults equal bad, right?
Yeah.
That are like these huge social experiments. But this is, at least, I don't know. I guess I haven't gone super, super deep on Fallout lore, but my understanding is that the vaults, each vault was its own social experiment. But Vault-Tec itself wasn't trying to take over the world. But in the show, they kind of insinuate Vault-Tec made everything bad happen.
Yeah, including dropping the bombs.
Yeah, because they have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders to encourage people to want to go to vaults.
The end of the world is a product, and they were selling.
Yep.
So I wonder, is there other, does he know there's other Vault-Tec sympathizers or ex-employees there, or is he just going there because it was on the horizon and he just started walking that way?
Well, so
I mean,
yeah. So that is obviously, that got me really, really excited and giddy, because, and I have to admit this, and it also sort of ties into some of the quote unquote discourse around the show.
Yeah,
a lot of people were unhappy with some things of the show, which anytime you try to make something that nerds like, you're always going to piss off a group of nerds.
Yes.
And some people did not like that they sort of just, cratered Shady Sands, which is in the games, across multiple games, I should add, a very, very important place in the Fallout canon timeline. I
was surprised. I had played all the Fallout games and whatever. I was really surprised how many, at least the vocal fans, really had a hard on for the New California Republic.
Well, so okay. So
right?
I have to agree with you. So of all the Fallout games that I played, New Vegas is not at the top of the list for me.
Okay.
And apparently, what I have discovered ever since this show has launched, that apparently that is the game that everybody is supposed to think is the best Fallout, and I don't agree with that at all.
I think I like 3 better than New Vegas.
I don't know if I like 3 more than New Vegas, but I like 2 way more than New Vegas.
Okay.
Fallout 2 is my favorite Fallout.
Okay.
And I know that is like a deep cut because I think, most people on anything that isn't a computer probably started with Fallout 3, which by itself is a great game. No shade. I like Fallout 3. I'm not mad that they took the isometric, like turn-based combat thing and turned it into what Fallout is now. I absolutely am not that person that got upset about that when it happened. But Fallout 1 and 2 are very, very special games because they were like kick you in the dick, like very hard, like Baldur's Gate before Baldur's Gate. And as somebody who had played tabletop games and played tabletop RPGs, like I just ate that shit up. I loved Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. But everybody online seems to think that Fallout New Vegas is the best game. Mostly just because, they seem to resonate with that story. Yeah. A lot of people like the New California Republic. I thought they were fucking gross in the game.
I didn't like them much either.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously they were better than like those, like the Legion, right? The slavers. Yeah. Right. Obviously, like, okay, like the one's really bad, but like I never resonate with the New California Republic. Like, okay, I get it. Like, yay, government. Let's bring that back. But like a lot of people were really upset that,
and like when she's in Vault 4 and she's like looking at the blackboard and then she like sees the New California Republic flag and I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. Like, and like there was like a ton of little like stuff sprinkled throughout the show, like bobbleheads and like the brains in jars and
Jet.
What's the guy from what's your vampire show?
Oh yes. Yeah, he did the voice for Mr. Handy.
Mr. Handy. Yeah. And then he's in that scene where like during the flashback when he's like talking to the cow, what's that guy's name?
Yeah.
The guy that Walter Scroggins plays.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Great cast. Great cast.
Absolutely phenomenal cast. I love the woman that played Lucy.
Yep. Same.
And like when I first started watching it, and like they just launch in with like Raider sex, like from the jump.
Oh, even then, even at the beginning, like the reference to cousin sex, like, well, cousin sex is fun.
Yeah, but it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah. Which again, that is the kind of like quirky like humor that Fallout will throw at you, right?
Yeah.
I thought the writing was great. It
makes sense for a vault, right? I mean, like, they're really, yeah. Like, what's your sperm count?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah. The writing was phenomenal. I love how increasingly creepy and weird the episodes got. Like the first time they go to Vault 4, and like,
all the mutants and
and
how like apparently like they kind of implied that Vault 4 is like the source of all the weird genetically modified animals that are out there. Like,
and like again, as a person who was a fan of 30 Rock, when the guy that played like the Cyclops overseer, he was the doctor in and I forget the actor's name, so I'm completely blanking. But he was the doctor. It was Dr. Spaceman in 30 Rock, and it just like I was like, God damn it! Like this is so great. Like I was eating it up the whole time. I wasn't a big fan of the animal violence, but I get it.
But had a really good doggo.
Had a very good doggo.
Mm-hmm.
Very good doggo. I don't think they ever called him dog meat, but it's dog meat, right?
It's
dog meat.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of fan service, but it was a new original story. I cannot wait for season 2. Even if you've never played a Fallout game and you're listening to this and you have no idea what we're talking about, maybe throw like a spoiler to jump to this part of it, but like go watch this show. Like you don't have to know anything. If you do know about it, it's great. If you don't know about it, it still tells a really good story. And then like her brother exploring like Vault 32 and 31, like just so good. So fucking good.
And like even that part where he's hacking the overseer's computer and it's the hacking mini game from
When did you finish watching it, by the way?
Let's see. It came out on a Wednesday. I had finished it by Sunday.
Yeah, it came out like when I was on my way home from San Francisco. Oh, yeah, so good. I was tempted to like watch it while I was away. I'm like, no, I want I want to be able to sit down and like really digest all of this.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine like, okay, it's a success. Season 2 is probably going to have a bigger budget, right? Because they didn't do like they did have some of the creatures, but there was no death claws, there was no rats, no super mutants, no synths even. So like I wonder if they'll focus on like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or they kind of fill in some of the holes they didn't talk about, right? Like how some of these people lived for multiple hundreds of years and not ghouls. Like, what's that about? Like,
yes, what's her face?
Moldover.
Yeah, Moldover. Yeah, how she survived.
Right. I mean, she was part of a place called Hollywood Forever. So
true. Well, yeah, I mean, it was cryogenics, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you know, like the weird ritual that they do in Vault 4 honoring like
that was bonkers.
Took out of fucking nowhere.
Just at one point they're just like covering themselves with the ashes of the
drinking
dead
blood and all this other stuff. It's so weird.
Just dropping all the robes.
Yeah. I did like how the series ended. I do like all the foreshadowing and the stuff that they're gonna bring to the next one.
Yeah.
I will be surprised if they do synths. Because that was like kind of like the Institute and Fallout 4 Fallout 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind some of the New Vegas stuff, right? Because I mean, I'm not saying New Vegas is a bad game by any stretch, but like the Burned Man or like some of that other stuff,
Mr. House.
Mr. House, yeah. I mean, because the guy from Robco was in the show, right?
Yep.
Because like they keep doing those like jumps where they go back to like pre-war. Yeah. And again, I was hooked from the jump, like when, you know, he's at that children's party being his guy and like the bombs start dropping and like
and even like give us a thumbs up, he's like no, and then they kind of explaining that a few episodes in.
I did. I didn't see that whole storyline coming. I just thought it was going to be like, you know, we'll get a flashback to how he turned into a ghoul at some point, but
and then really hits when, like, you know, Lucy's dad walks in. He's like he's the assistant getting his wife's laundry, and he's the big fan, and he walks in. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, right. Again, how do people survive that long, right?
Exactly. Like,
Great show, man.
It was
great show.
It was really good. They did a really, really good job.
So before we close this out, just real quick. So what's kind of your ranking of the Fallout games then? You think 3 is the better one?
I liked 3. I like the story of 3. I know it's like mechanically kind of clunky. I mean, I like 1 and 2, but like for me, like those are they're good games, but I don't think Fallout really figured out what it was until Fallout 3. At least like from the tone. I don't know. I guess for me it's 3, New Vegas, 4. I would like 4 the best if they got rid of all the base building, just got rid of it all.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that shit.
Just get rid of it all. Don't even I don't want what's his name, Preston.
Oh, always telling you to come help.
Yeah. If you just get rid of him completely and all that mechanics. Like I don't want to have to like pick up like ceramic and haul that around everywhere.
Right.
And then 2 and then 1. Yeah. I guess there was some of the other games like the strategy games, but I'm not gonna
Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel.
And 76 I never played, so
apparently 76 has basically done a 180 and is good now.
Okay.
With all the updates they finally did to it, apparently it is kind of fun. I haven't played it, so I can't speak to that.
Okay.
But I'm told by people who like it that it's way better than it was. I mean, for me, Fallout 2 will always have a very special place in my heart. I loved the characters. I loved the tone and the story in that game. And I really distinctly remember, I may have even told the story on the show before, like my once I had a car and I could drive to school, there would just be days where I wouldn't go to school. I had a job. Okay. And like I remember like one day I skipped school and bought like my first Voodoo 2 graphics card with like my hard-earned money, right?
Nice.
Game changer.
Yeah.
I remember going to Walmart because that was like the closest place to my house that sold computer games at the time. And I had always seen Fallout on the shelf there. And like if anybody remembers, like the Fallout box was not the shape of the other boxes, so it always stood out. And I always thought that was genius marketing. It was more wide than it was tall. And then like I got it home and like the manual was like a ring binder, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this? Like,
I remember
and like
that. Yeah.
and I had played strategy games and I had played role-playing games on the computer before, but that game was so fucking hard. To this day, I don't think I ever beat Fallout 1 without cheating. Like that's how hard that game was. And like you really had to play a combat character in that game. There really wasn't any other way to play that game. Fallout 2, you could get away with playing a high intelligence character, or like a high luck character, or like a very, very low charisma character. Like Fallout 2 definitely fixed a lot of those problems. It was a little more forgiving in combat. But I don't know, man. Just that whole story of Fallout 2 still sticks to me to this day. And I've tried to go back. I've tried to go back and replay Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and that's really hard to do these days.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
It is. They are on good old games if you really want to get them. And they are like they will run on modern hardware, but they're just hard. Like I'm not saying games today are easier by any stretch, because God knows that we played Dark Souls and other shit,
Right.
but like those games are designed to be punishing. Like Fallout 1 and 2 are punishing without trying. Like they're very unforgiving. Like you could have, much like a tabletop RPG, like you could just have one bad roll and like you're gonna die. Like
Yeah, you had to save scum that game pretty hard.
you really, really do. Like you need to save every time you enter a scene or finish a combat. Like you should just have the quick save button ready to go. Like it's just that's how hard they are. But like again, from a time where CD-ROM was a new-ish. Well, no, not by that point, but like having full, like some of the characters being fully voice acted and like modeled, and again trying to tell the story of like this like different retro futuristic type vibe. It just really it was like total brain food for me, and I loved it. And then Fallout 3 came out, which changed it to that first person like Skyrim, Elder Scrolls type thing. I liked it. I would say that I liked 4 more than 3.
Okay.
And I'm not saying New Vegas is a bad game. It's just that I didn't enjoy it as much as the other games. And I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know why. Maybe it was the factions. I mean, Mr. House was cool. I think the one time I only beat New Vegas once, and I think I actually sided with Mr. House.
That's what I did the first time too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't be like I didn't care. I literally did not care about the other factions because they were both kind of gross. So
yeah, I mean, like for me, just that, like the way 3 and 4 both start with like you being in the vault.
yeah,
like coming from that. I guess 4 you only were in a vault for a little bit, right? Because, but even then, that opening was just so.
Tunnel snakes rule, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man. Okay, well, I'm glad we both enjoyed that show. I cannot
good.
wait.
So
Have they
good.
said when season 2 is going to be out?
Who knows? I mean, they probably haven't even like wrote a script yet, so it's
Yeah.
probably going to be a couple years.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, okay, cool. Good show.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
let's get out of
Yeah.
here.
Hey, you can find everything you need on our website, doingtheirbest.com. Email, social links, all that kind of stuff, show notes. And hey, thanks for listening.